the avengers of the fish keeping hobby, for you all to answer a very simple yet difficult question. If they only could pick one tank mate for a betta fish in a 10-gallon tank, what would they pick and why?
If I could only have one tank mate for a betta in a 10-gallon aquarium, what would it be? Well, I've had a lot of success in recent times with galaxy rasboras or celestial pearl danios. They are two different names for the same species of fish, but these guys are really cold tolerant, really hardy. You get some brilliant coloration, some nice activity. They're a little bit shy, but if you keep them in a big enough group, you'll be fine. And they are a small fish, so you should be able to keep 10 or more together and not have too much of an issue. They're definitely going to be really peaceful, they're plant safe. There's really not too many negatives at all. The hardest thing about CPDs is finding them for an affordable price because they are fairly new into the hobby. It's being discovered around about the mid-2000s. So other than that, these fish are definitely a winner and one that I've paired with bettas before and had a lot of success. So for a pop of colour, some nice activity and a point of difference for that betta aquarium, I can't go past celestial pearl danios. Give them a go today and you'll be loving that tank in no time. So hopefully that helps to inspire, and other than that, I'll catch you on the next one.
Lefty, you got some questions for me. Let's get it started. A tank mate for a betta or betta in a 10-gallon? Ooh, good one. Can I get a ruby tetra? These things are cool. They only get roughly about 4 centimeters or 1.5 inches. They are very colorful. A group of 6 would do perfect in a 10-gallon. You don't want them to be too big, just because the fact that it is a 10-gallon, and not only that, because you want your betta to be the show quality fish, but them not only being a complement to it.
Hey guys, Joe Shrimp Shack here. The question that was brought upon me was, what kind of animal would I do in a tank with a betta, preferably a 10-gallon tank? I like to choose Cardinal tetras and neon tetras and even albino tetras. The reason behind that is you can put a few of them in there to school up and the tetra's not going to pick on them that much. Usually the rule of thumb is you have one aggressive fish and you have a bunch of community fish in there. So I have a bunch of community fish. My betta in here is hiding, but I do have a betta in there, guys. So thank you very much for the question, and I hope this answers you.
Most of my tank mates that I have in all of my betta tanks are a mono shrimp or mystery snails. And I think they're absolutely adorable and they do really well with your betta, but one of the things I'm gonna say is make sure they're larger and not like the little baby snails or the little baby Amano shrimp. Make sure they have some size on them, just so that if your betta decides to be a little jerk, they can handle their own. But they're great cleanup crews. They do an amazing job on helping keep things tidy in the tank. And for the most part, they do really well with bettas. You're not gonna have to worry about them picking on the betta. But if you notice your betta's being a jerk, just go ahead and remove them so that you don't have to worry about them getting killed by your betta.
Lefty, I love this question. I get to pick my favorite tank mate to a betta. And I have one, and I've used it for years. I'm using it right now. I love black neon tetras. I don't know why I kind of like how they get fat and cute, but they're still speedy and fast. So the bettas can't catch them, but they kind of like to chase each other, and they'll actually chase her. Not necessarily, they won't fin nip your betta, but they'll keep it active. And I think they like the betta kind of chasing them a little bit. So I think it's a dynamic that doesn't make anything in your tank stressed out. So that's my go-to fish when it comes to bettas, because the black neon tetra, I don't know if you can beat that.
What is my favorite tank mate for a betta in a 10-gallon tank? Listen, we're betta people. That's what we do. And you're expecting me to say certain types of fish, but I'm not going to say those. I'm going to say something completely different. I'm going to suggest Pencilfish, yes, that's right, pencilfish. I absolutely love these fish. They stay very small, they're very active. So if your betta is a jerk, the fish is going to be able to get away from it, no problem. And they can sneak into little areas that the betta can't fit into and stuff like that. I am a sucker for pencilfish. I love them. It's a fish that we have right now and we love, and they're just really cool. And I don't know what more to say about them other than they're great in a 10-gallon tank. And I don't know. Yeah, pencilfish. That's what I like. And I've never suggested that to anyone before, but I'm doing it special for you, Lefty3213A. Yes, pencilfish. Get them. They're great. They're awesome. They're cheap. Easy to keep. Yep.
What up, fish people? Kenny E with Danikin Aquatics. If you could only pick one tank mate to go with the betta in a 10-gallon, what would you pick and why? My answer to that would be any type of Corydoras catfish. And the reason I say that is, one, the betta is going to be up near the top. They very rarely go to the bottom. They're usually mid-level to top of the tank. And the Corys will be at the lower level. And you also will have a built-in cleanup crew at the same time. So the Corydoras are going to keep anything that the betta does not eat cleaned up. And I think they would make an amazing pair. And we've actually kept them with Corys. But that's only if you have to pick one. Now, obviously, if you've seen our channel or been following our channel, you know we keep a wide variety of peaceful fish with bettas, no issue. The only time bettas are a problem if there's two of them in the tank, and generally speaking, if it's males in the tank. I see people all the time doing betta sorority females. Seems to work for them. But if you're asking me one fish, that's my answer. It'd be some sort of a Corydoras. Doesn't matter which. I think they would do the purpose fine, and that would be to keep the substrate good and clean for the messes that the betta might make. So as always, guys, love your fish. It's going to be Kenny E. Check it out for now. Have a good one.
If I had to choose only one tank mate for a betta fish, this might surprise you. I'm sure you'll probably guess that I want to say mystery snail, and I do, but I care about their tentacles a little too much. My pick for the best tank mate for any betta, angry betta, sweet betta, lazy betta, super busy betta, a Nerite snail. Why? Their antennas are relatively small, way too small for the betta to think that they're like a yummy blackworm or a snack, versus the mystery snail. We love their antennas. We like them to be long and wild, right? The Nerite snail comes in, I want to say, a gazillion different patterns. There are so many beautiful Nerite snails out there. Gorgeous. The red racer is one of my favorites. I have quite a few zebra Nerite snails. I just love them. And they're really good at cleaning algae. In my opinion, the best tank mate, if you only have to pick one for the betta fish, is the Nerite snail.
Hey, what's up, YouTube? I'm Trent Weldon with Well Done Tanks. If I could pick one tank mate to go with a betta fish in a 10-gallon tank, what would I pick and why? This is another controversial subject. A lot of people say you cannot have other fish with betta fish, which kind of like, you can definitely get away with, tank mates for a betta fish. I just think you have to pick them strategically. Some betta fish thrive off flaring other fish, having that mental stimulation of seeing them there. Some betta fish aren't going to do well with other fish racing to the food and not allowing them to eat. So if I was going to pick something to go as a tank mate with the betta fish, I would pick something like the Ember tetra or even the chili rasbora. Now, I know I just said that some betta fish aren't going to do well with faster fish getting to the food first, but hear me out on this one. Ember tetras and chili rasboras, they're small enough that the betta fish will still flare at them and kind of be, a booger to them, but they're fast enough to get away from the betta fish to where they can cohabitate peacefully. Now, in my experience, Ember tetras are going to kind of dash the food and eat it as it's coming off the surface, where the betta fish may snag it as it's coming down. So I think the way that they eat and prefer to eat, because I've seen betta fish eat off the surface, not a problem at all. But I think with a smaller species that the betta fish can't really get to, but a smaller species that's not going to eat all of the food, I think you will have success. So I like the size of the Ember Tetra and even the chili rasboras, that next size down, where they're not going to pick on your betta fish. They're going to cohabitate peacefully, but it gives more movement in the tank and mental stimulation for your betta fish. So that's my personal pick on a tank mate for a betta fish, is an Ember Tetra or a chili rasbora, just to add a little something extra to your betta fish.
The question is, if I could choose one tank mate to go with a betta in a 10-gallon tank, what would it be and why? And over the years, I have tried to keep bettas with a couple of different tank mates. It's usually live bears, guppies, mollies, platies, and swordtails. And sometimes I've had pretty good luck. Other times I've had to remove them and separate them. But I know it's not one. But the tank mates I've had the best luck with when it comes to bettas is a clown, pleco, and shrimp. So I would have to say either a betta in a shrimp tank or a betta in a clown pleco tank.
So I figure it's only fair that I give my own answer to my own question. What tank mate, if I can only pick one, would I put in a 10-gallon tank with betta fish? Now, everyone has given you wonderful answers in this video, so I highly appreciate all their input. I'm going to give you one that's, I think, an underrated tank mate for bettas, betta sororities, wild bettas, the Emerald Eye Rasbora. I love these fish to death. They have a really cool sparkly skin tone to them, and they have a really cool green eye, hence their name, the Emerald Eye Rasbora. They only get about 1.5 inches, 1 3/4, so they're not going to get very big at all. I actually did a whole video on them, so I'll put a link to them up here for y'all to check it out. So I hope that helps if you guys are thinking about a 10-gallon tank and you're going to keep one tank mate with them. And of course, I want to give a huge thank you to all the fellow fish keeping hobbyists that helped me throughout this entire series and in this video. This will be the last installment of Simple Fish Keeping on my channel. We'll have more collabs and things throughout, but this will be the last installment. So I hope you did all enjoy this series. I'll have a link to the whole playlist in the description down below. Of course, all the channels that appeared in this video will be in order of their appearance. So thank you all again very much for agreeing to help and assist me on this one. I really enjoyed it. This is probably my favorite one we did together. So thank you all very much, and thank you, the viewer, for watching this video. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you would pick if you could only have one tank mate in your 10-gallon tank for your betta fish. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.